All right, I'm here with James Cameron, director of Avatar. How you doing, James?
Good, good. We survived our presentation. It's all good.
Survived the presentation. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this has been one of the most mysterious productions since Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut. I mean, no one really knows what's going on. Is that something that you kind of take pride in, the kind of the mystery behind the film?
I think it's good to have mystery. I think films are too transparent these days. I think we also got the sense that there was this kind of viral anticipation building around the movie, and I kept saying to Fox, well, let's let it build. Let's not be on their timetable. Let's wait and let the anticipation build up. But we have to know that we've got the goods to do that. So I also wanted to wait until the CG stuff looked done and was properly mixed and all that, because I knew the first thing we showed we were going to be judged. And you're judged yay or nay. Boom. Sure. It's instantaneous. That's how our world works now. The first look either works or it stinks like 3-day-old fish.
But I've read somewhere that you like the secrecy. I remember reading somewhere that you said that you didn't even want DVD features with showing the actual filmmaking.
Well, that's still going to be true on this.
Yeah.
I don't want to see until well after the film comes out, probably at about the time of the DVD. But in terms of selling tickets, I don't want to see guys in mocap suits. I don't want to burst the bubble of the fantasy. I want people to feel like they're going to Pandora, that they're having an adventure. To me, that's what it was like when I was a kid. There wasn't a lot of discussion around movies. You went, the curtains opened up, and you went somewhere, and you kind of had no idea where you were going. I think people talk about it. They love them to death. They love movies to death these days. And so you know way too much about it before you even set foot in a theater.
Right. Now, obviously, there's a 3D extravaganza. How would you compare, I guess, this new stereoscopic technology to the 3D that you've seen in the past? What's the biggest difference for you?
I think we're in a whole new world of 3D. Right. I used to call it the 3D Renaissance, but that sort of almost gives too much credit to the original Naissance. In 1952, 52 and 53, you had 25 movies in 18 months that came out in 3D, and then nothing for 20 years. And there was a reason for that. Everybody jumped on a bandwagon, but the technology was not sound. Projection technology was garbage. The camera technology was limited by the film-based technology of the time. Now with digital projection, digital cameras, we're so far beyond that. All the issues of eye strain and brightness and sync and all that, and our ancient history, our ability to manipulate the stereo space is so far advanced beyond what it was.
And so, I guess if you can talk a little bit more about the attention
to... this is my interview, buddy.
I guess just the attention to detail, I guess, compared with prior technologies, like being able to see it in high definition, and could you talk a little about just the kind of the detail that the visual?
Well, we pulled out all stops on this movie to create a world down to its most tiny, finite elements. We had to design every plant, every insect, everything you see. There's no location photography. There's no plate photography, other than the stuff that obviously takes place in the link room or whatever. But all the rainforest stuff, that's created out of ones and zeros. Wow. Awful lot of ones and zeros, trillions of ones and zeros. And that's done by working with a great team of artists, using photographic reference of what a real rainforest looks like, and then deconstructing that very laboriously so we understand how light works. What is done is they've figured out that when light hits a leaf, it reflects off the leaf, it scatters from the leaf, it scatters through the leaf. So now we have all this terminology for transmission, subsurface scattering, all these things. To make a single leaf look right in sunlight took years of development, And so then you add the design component to that. What does our particular leaf on Pandora look like? Now let's make all that look real to the eye, instantly. If you look at, my way of judging it is, I look at a shot and I decide instantly, does it look real or not? And if it looks real, I don't care that much about the details, even though the effects guys say, well, he's kind of going through this leaf over here and his foot's not touching the ground. All I say, it doesn't matter. The shot looks real. All this stuff is not our problem. It's a problem, but it's not the big problem. Conversely, everything can be mathematically perfect in a shot. If it doesn't look real, who cares?
One final question. This is your first feature film since Titanic, one of the biggest successes of all time.
No, the biggest.
The biggest.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Not to put too fine a point on it, but it made about $500 million more than the next closest one.
But what was your goal? Was it just the technology or the innovations in technology, or was it to create just this
Oh, man.
monolith?
We're here to tell a great crackling story and have a lot of people go see it. Just like pretty much any movie, I think people want it. I mean, that's the goal. The question is, how do you get there? How do you create something that captures the imagination of a global audience that's not based on something everybody's already seen?
And
it's not Star Wars, not Harry Potter, it's not James Bond. To command a global audience these days on something that's not a franchise is a very, very difficult problem. This is my solution to
do you
that
think
problem.
you've succeeded?
I'll tell you on December 19th.
All right, sounds good. Thanks a lot.